Previously on this channel, I investigated restaurants that are disappearing to get to the root cause of why these restaurants are closing all their locations. And that was a lot of fun, but then I thought to myself, well, it's not just restaurants that are closing rapidly, it's also some iconic stores as well. Ranging from iconic stores like GameStop and Party City, all the way to Toys R Us, a classic that actually only has a few locations left in the world. So we're gonna be investigating all these spots today. I'm excited for this, so without further ado, grab your popcorn and let's do this. So behind me is the only Toys R Us left in the entire world. At its peak, Toys R Us had 1,700 stores, and now there's just one standalone left. There are some Toys R Us that are mixed into certain Macy's, but this one at American Dream Mall is the last of a dying brand. Toys R Us, of course, known for all their different toys, physical, digital, they have everything in here. This is gonna be crazy because this one's also massive. It's the biggest Toys R Us that's ever been created, so we're gonna go inside and see why they're disappearing. It seems like a fun place for kids to go, but what do I know? I'm in my 20s. Here we are inside of Toys R Us. First wall is a bunch of plushes. I don't think they used to have plushies and stuff, so they're getting a little more cutesies with their offerings. So a lot of different like Hershey's, what is that, a Chipwich sandwich? Even Pringles. I've never seen a Pringles plushie. All right, so far, if I was a kid, I'd be happy. Ooh, Jeffrey's Cafe. Jeffrey, if you didn't know, is the mascot for Toys R Us, so I guess now he's serving up drinks and other sort of stuff. So I'm gonna actually order something from Jeffrey because I didn't even know that they had a cafe in here. All right, so they have your classic snacks. They got mozzarella sticks, pretzels, mac and cheese balls, pizzalette, different drinks up there, milkshakes, acai bowls. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a pizzalette because that looks pretty interesting. All right, so they have kiosks here, so I'm gonna go ahead and order a snack. There's the pizzalette, $4.99 with marinara sauce. This thing may end up destroying my stomach. Barbie box here. Do I look like I'm against a glass? They have some different sections where you can actually play with the toys that they're advertising. So I think this is like building blocks, like Lincoln Logs, but wood style. So you can make something there. They have this push and spin carousel, which is for literal babies, which I am not. Wow, kids are simple to entertain if this is what they're watching and doing. Looks like that tower in Tokyo. It had like the spire at the top. This is their Z-Zand section. I guess it's some like malleable Play-Doh sand that I actually have a little sample for right here. So this is it. So I think if you just take it and you just put it together, it should stick, right? Yeah, so it's like sand Play-Doh. That's the best way to describe it. It's a little bit messy over here because I think just kids are messy. And then you add this product, it's like barely a solid. It's like a plasma. So what are kids playing with in 2025? Slime, sand art, Cocomelon, Baby Shark. Some of my peers on YouTube are actually appearing in Toys R Us. I wonder if there's a Sambucha toy anywhere. There's an entire second floor to explore as well, so I don't know what's up here, but we're gonna look. Totally different up here, different vibes. This is Playmobil, which I don't know what that is. I've always seen stuff. I think it's like some action figures or Legos that you like put together and you could just, it's like boy Barbies, I think. You have your Nerf guns, of course, a staple for every kids. Then we have Hot Wheels on the wall over there. So you could have an entire Burj Khalifa of just cars, luxury cars parked in their Miami penthouse. They're really starting to scale up the Hot Wheels toys. We have a Nerf gun Ender Dragon. This may be the purchase. I don't even play Minecraft, but I do know the Ender Dragon, and I do know this looks sick, so I'm going to be buying this. I found my Gorilla Couch's long lost brother. A little bit uglier, honestly, not the greatest looking face. But I don't know what it is about just gorillas on display, but they just draw me to them. I think like at my core, I am a gorilla, I suppose, and he's calling me to purchase him. So I don't know if I should purchase him or this Ender Dragon Nerf gun. It might be a little bit too big to lug around, and also, honestly, he's on its way out because something soon is happening to the gorilla that I can't say right now, but trust. So we purchased something at Toys R Us. Now I'm gonna see if the food is ready because it's been like 10 minutes and the food still hasn't been called. Could be a big flub. Let's check it out. It's scorching hot, but this is what the pizzalette looks like. I'm gonna bite into it. Smells like a pizza bagel. I mean, pizza's just good. You can't really mess it up. I have some marinara sauce here, iced coffee as well. Looks really cute overall. I think it was a nice touch to add a cafe. Here's what it looks like. A little bit deceiving. It's like 90% bread, and then the pizza on top, like the cheese and the sauce, is a mere maybe 5% of this entire thing. It's a really bad start for this guy. I'll be dipping in the marinara though. Maybe it could be saved. 1 out of 10, trash. Marinara sauce, freezing. Freezing cold, wasn't heated up. This is just, I never really like doing that, but that deserves it. Jeffrey cannot cook a pizza. Must not be Italian. Dun dun dun. Time for the Toys R Us Minecraft by Nerf collaboration gun. I think that's the Ender Dragon, is that right? Yep, okay, so let's just boot this guy up and we're gonna shoot some Nerf bullets. See if I got blockfish. No, it's real, and it looks kind of cool. So here's my ammo, which are these bullets. They're pink, which I love. All right, I think I loaded it up, so I'm going to shoot the dog in the face. That was underwhelming. So overall, I could see why Toys R Us is disappearing. They definitely have some fun toys and gadgets there, but their cafe is terrible, and it's just a little bit obsolete. I mean, kids are playing video games, they're on social media now, so like toys and physical products are just not really it at this point. I predict that they're actually going to disappear completely probably sometime in the next 5 to 10 years. But it was fun while it lasted. 1, 2, 3, subscribe. Behind me we have Rite Aid. Rite Aid at its peak had 5,200 stores, and now they just have 1,200. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy 2 years ago in 2023, and they are rapidly closing all of their stores. Even this store is closing down soon, so they're having a fire sale for all of their assets. It's gonna be a little bit sad in there because they're closing things down, but let's see if it's deserved. The reason they're closing is because they're having fierce competition from Walgreens, CVS, and online e-commerce businesses like Amazon. I haven't been in a Rite Aid probably in about 3-4 years, so this should be interesting. Entire store is on sale. There's a total inventory blowout here. Big signs plastered, store closing, everything must go 60% off. We're gonna see if that's true. I wanna see the crazy discounts you could get in a closing store like this. Empty. Oh my gosh. I've never been in a store that has this many aisles cleared. Nothing on the shelf. A couple people in here taking advantage of the sale, but everything's like 40% off, 50% off, 60% off. Look at the fridge section here. The only thing you could purchase is a couple of waters. Everything else is completely barren. I wonder if somebody just came in and just got everything, or this has just been going on for months on months. So you could buy this dolly for $150. This entire thing is for sale, everything. They don't want a single thing from this. It's actually really fun to be in an empty store like this because it just doesn't feel right. It feels like a glitch in the Matrix when a really popular store goes under. There's like debris falling on the floor. So this place is literally collapsing. Tiles are out of the ceiling. I'm gonna try to purchase the craziest thing in here to see what they'll let me get away with. Okay, good sign. Somebody must have purchased this shelving unit because this is clearly underneath it. And if that's possible, then I think I can get away with something crazy here. I can get a hand truck for $40. I don't have one of these. This could be a good pickup. Oh, excuse me? I know you're selling some fixtures and stuff.
But if you want to leave your name and number, we can try to pass it on to her.
Yeah, can I do that? That'd be great.
Everybody wants those.
Really? People have been asking.
Yeah.
They look great. They're in good condition as well, so figured we'd take them.
They're very good condition, yeah.
Yeah, no, thanks for letting us take those. All right, so we came back to Rite Aid because we got approval from corporate at Rite Aid that we're able to take off the fixtures above. So we're gonna take a couple of the signs. We bought these pliers, and then I also have a step ladder. So this is kind of crazy that we could do this, but we got the okay. I think they're $25 each too, so not bad. All right, so the first sign I'm gonna be taking is this one, aisle 17, which is personal care and feminine needs. So snip it away. I'm gonna take off diapers here, aisle 18, and baby care. It's crazy, you can just dismantle signs at disappearing stores. All right, and we'll take one more set. I wanna take entertainment as well.
Enjoy then.
Thanks for helping us, appreciate it. Bye. All right, so the aisles have officially been purchased actually for $80. I had to get these from Rite Aid, but now we have it. This feels like a true collector's item because if you're a Rite Aid fan, these things are disappearing quickly, so at least I got a piece of history. Behind me, we have GameStop. GameStop at its peak had 7,200 stores. Now they're at just 3,200, so more than half their stores globally are wiped out, and that's for a lot of different reasons. GameStop has gone through the gauntlet. GameStop, known for its physical in-store copies of the games, are losing a lot of market share to digital copies offered up by the publishers themselves and Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft and all the other ones. We're gonna go inside and check them out. I haven't been to GameStop in a long time. I myself am a digital purchaser of games and other stuff like that, so I'm also contributing to them negatively, so I'm sorry GameStop, but hopefully you could sway my mind. It used to be so hype when there was like a pre-release for a game. You go to your local GameStop and get it. Nowadays, I mean, look at the numbers. Things aren't looking good for them for reasons. Oh, is this a new game? Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh yeah, that's that new DK title. Kirby merchandise. This is cute. Lilo and Stitch shirt. Interesting find here. So this is fairly new, seeing some of their mugs. They just have random stuff, an assortment of things that you wouldn't expect. For a second, I thought this was Helen Henny from the Chuck E. Cheese universe. The same one we saw from the arcade. Yeah, looks like a big investment to the anime side, just trying to reach different fandoms. So it's not just Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. You're starting to get into other IP as well. Lilo and Stitch shirt, so Disney as well. Here's the wall of the Funko Pops. I have a Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Pop. I don't know any of the characters, but I have one. I think it's the main guy. So I think I'm gonna add to the collection by getting something here. Ooh, Tuxedo Sam. So from the Sanrio Hello Kitty universe, there's Tuxedo Sam, so I'm gonna be getting this one. All right, so just purchased the Funko Pop. We got Tuxedo Sam. The GameStop in there was a little bit depressing. There was literally nobody inside of there. Kind of awkward, honestly. It was just us and the worker, and it's just a really small space. It's super dead in there. They do have like the newest games, I guess, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World Tour, PS5 games, Xbox stuff, but I think overall it was a little bit of a letdown. I could see why they're disappearing, and they're probably probably gonna continue to shrink and disappear, probably to like 1,000 stores, and they're gonna close another 50% because it doesn't seem super well ran in there, and there's nothing exciting really to get. Outside of Tuxedo Sam, I am excited about him. Behind me, we have Barnes & Noble, which we'll be going into next. Barnes & Noble, of course, is a bookstore. There used to be a competitor named Borders, which is completely shut down, but Barnes & Noble survives, but they are disappearing slightly. At its peak, there was 750 stores. Now there's just 600, although they are starting to open up more, so they could be on the comeback, but as of now, they're disappearing. Let's find out why. Most of it is gonna be because people no longer read. But Barnes & Noble has a lot more. They have cafes, they have kids sections, they probably have like technology as well in here, but we're gonna see, because I haven't been one of these things in a very long time. Wow, so right off the bat, you're met with a lobby that has books in it. So we have crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and then some coloring books, I think, over here. So before you even enter the store, you're getting sold books. All right, let's actually go in now. Ooh. Books smell great. Just something about like a fresh tree. For a rainy Monday, there's a good amount of people in these Barnes & Noble. I'd say maybe 30, 40 people. There is a lot of books in here. Something I'm surprised about is just like the size of all these places. Maybe that's why they're going under, because they can't pay the rent because these are like warehouses. All right, boys and girls, today we are reading Building Site. This is a concrete mixer. Don't go under it or you'll die. It's a little bit of a toy store as well, because they have board games, they have plushies, they have action figures, the whole 9 yards. So they're kind of competing with Toys R Us in a sense. Not gonna lie, not the best toys. I wouldn't be like hyped if I got any of these toys, but nonetheless toys. I feel like Barbie, an entire Barbie section too. I may have found the coolest item. It is a book in a ball. It's $10 and it says there's real pages inside. You wouldn't expect to see a book in here, but I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna see if we have a book in here. You know what, a dream of mine is to be on the cover of one of these romance books. Just like, imagine me like this, the Highland Sam. Or I guess Earl is not his name in this case.
My name is Earl.
Entire manga section that runs all the way back, so all of your favorite anime, you can read it in a manga form, like Spy Family, Spirit Chronicles, and even No Game, No Life. Now, before you read your book, you need to have your coffee with it, which is why there's a Starbucks in pretty much every Barnes & Noble, or at least some coffee shop. So they have an actual Starbucks coffee attachment. I think they just serve the coffee. It might not be an actual store or location, but we're gonna see if the coffee's any good. So I'll go ahead and purchase that too. All right, so just ordered iced tea and a pink drink. Well, Michael ordered a pink drink. So I think it's a full-on Starbucks because they serve a lot of different Starbucks drinks, which is a really nice add-on to a bookstore. But is it good? All right, here's the drink. It's Starbucks branded, wrote my name and everything on it. Pink drink, iced tea. This is not for me, so I'm not gonna drink that. The iced tea. Yeah, tastes like Starbucks iced tea. So yeah, they actually serve Starbucks drinks at this Barnes & Noble. Big plus. All right, what do you think of the pink drink?
It tastes like Nesquik strawberry.
Really? Is that good?
In a good way, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's sweet, yeah.
Now we're gonna check out the book ball.
So here we have the book ball that I purchased by Mini Brands, the $10 book ball. I don't even know how to open this. I don't know what this could possibly be inside. Like, it's just gonna be a mini book. That's a cool concept. Very gimmicky. I'm sure it's gonna be like the worst book I've ever read. And now it is finally time, I think, to open the book. So is the book in here? This is not a book. What about in here? Oh, cool. Okay, there's a book. Very tiny, but you'll see it's Goosebumps. Oh, and there's actual words on it. Wow, this thing is a complete gimmick. That was like such a letdown. I thought I was gonna get an actual book that you could read. All you could see is the title of it that says Goosebumps, and the rest of it, like, I don't know what this is. Is it like to construct the book? Do I need some sort of like bookshelf that I could put the book on? Because that's pretty unnecessary. I hate this thing, but I do love Barnes & Noble, and I think if you do want to check out and get some books, then you probably should go there and support your local bookstore. And also you can grab some Starbucks while there as well. So overall, I see why they're disappearing, just because books are becoming a little obsolete in the world of digital, but I still think it has its place for all you bookworms out there who, let's be realistic, probably aren't watching this YouTube video. You're probably like reading a book or something in a sunroom. And if you hear me on the TV in the background, hello to you reading a book. Keep at it. Moving on. The next store we're going to be exploring is Best Buy. So Best Buy at its peak had 1,800 stores. Now it just has a mere 1,100, and this is because of competition from global retailers and online retailers like Amazon. So they still have their certain arms that are profitable for them, like Geek Squad, but as far as selling electronics go, it's not looking too good. Let's see why. Okay, so first impressions, because I haven't been in a Best Buy in a while, is this thing is massive. They are huge warehouses with a lot of different sections. I don't know why I didn't think that Best Buy had everything, but from what I'm seeing, they got tablets, phones, Kindles, TVs, refrigerators, lawnmowers, a lot of different things inside of here. And we're only on one quadrant. Like, there's even 3 more to get to. So a lot in here. Not a lot of people though, notably. It is a Monday, but it is kind of like active hours. You'd expect more people, but I'd say maybe like 5, 6 people max in here outside of the employees. Let's take a look around. I think I found the coolest item so far. They have a lightsaber. At least it looks operationally to be a lightsaber. A stick that lights up that you could hold. So right now, this is gonna be the front runner for what we get and check out. It's so big, there's so many things to see. This is
is Best Buy's Magnolia section, which is their premium offerings for TVs and entertainment systems, and this is the largest TV I've ever seen in my life. How many inches is this? This is a 98-inch TV. It's basically like a movie theater screen, and it looks so 4K, like lots of colors. My monkey brain's activating. It just looks so nice. So we found a secret room at Best Buy, which is just like an audio room in which you could test out different speaker sounds. I didn't know this exists. Michael just let me know that this is here, but you can apparently go inside and like test different speakers. We're not even in Best Buy anymore. So all the speakers are in here, and we're just, you know, nobody's supervising us. We're just able to put on speakers and play stuff. We just have a whole dance party in here. Since we are in New Jersey, of course, they have to be repping the largest YouTuber in New Jersey, which is Marquez Brownlee, and he has a huge stake in Ridge Wallet, which they also sell at Best Buy. So shout out to Marquez. There he is, just staring at you, the chief creative partner. We've made it to the other side of Best Buy, where there's nobody on this side, just because you don't expect to get these sorts of things at Best Buy, but this is where you're getting your microwaves, your refrigerators, you have your Dyson vacuum, the whole suite of just kitchen appliances and such. There's also like Razor scooters, like motorized scooters over there, stuff that you wouldn't expect to see in a Best Buy. My mind's a little bit blown so far. Just have a door in the middle of the store. Okay, we made it to their gaming section, so I'm seeing if they have the Switch 2, because right now it's notoriously difficult to get. So we'll see if Best Buy, of all places, has it in stock. Looks like they don't carry the Switch 2. They only go up to the Switch Lite, which is the most recent version of the Switch, and then they have the traditional one, and then they have the OLED model. What's the point of coming to Best Buy if you can't get the latest technology? Something I've noticed walking around Best Buy is there's a lot of employee equipment just hanging around, like this ladder here, right? And then like just lots of inventory and extra stock just sitting on the floor. The alarm's going off right now, like lots of things happening in Best Buy at all times. So I found a Samsung smart fridge in which you're able to like play YouTube apparently on here. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, there I am. Does it have sound too?
My goal today is to investigate 12 different restaurants that are slowly dying and disappearing.
Oh
and
my
figure out
gosh.
why-
You could actually play YouTube on these Samsung smart fridges? That is cool. I thought that was a meme that you could actually use these Samsung fridges and watch YouTube on it, but I guess not. All right, Best Buy. Point for you there. That might be the coolest thing we've seen so far. All right, so I walked the entire store, and this is what we're gonna end up purchasing, which is the light stick. $30, pretty solid deal. And I like the color of the baby blue. So let's try it out.
All right, so let's have a look at this light stick that I got from Best Buy. You know what, on second look, I don't know if it's a lightsaber so much as just a light that stands up, kind of like the light. I used to have a light in the background. Can we flash back to when there was a light there? All right, so here's what it looks like. This is the lightsaber. It is plugged in, ready to go. So I think I just click the power button or hold it down. Oh, very cool. So this is like the dark side, and I think, switch colors as well. There's blue, okay. Orange, teal, pink, more pink, and red. Okay, and that's it. It doesn't actually get hot or anything. It's just literally a light. I mean, this thing I think was like 20 bucks. So I think this thing encompasses Best Buy in its totality. So Best Buy, it's a place where there's like gimmicky tech. You could technically go in person to purchase the tech, but you might as well just get it for likely cheaper from Amazon or some online retailer. So it's unfortunately sad what's happening to Best Buy. I thought it was a pretty good time in there, but you're not gonna catch me going in to get the latest tech. I'll probably just get that online, honestly. So unfortunately, I do see why Best Buys are disappearing, and I think that trend is going to continue, unfortunately, into the next 5 years until ultimately they'll probably become obsolete. Next up. Behind me, we have Staples. At its peak, it had 1,800 stores. Now it just has 635 left. This is because of competition from Amazon and other e-commerce sites. If you're going back to school shopping now, you might as well just go on Amazon. But nonetheless, we're about to go inside and investigate why these staples are disappearing. Holy dead. This is sad. Staples was once a behemoth. Back to school time, July, August, you'd have so many people in here getting their school supplies, their tech, anything. Office supplies, chairs, nobody in here. Exposed water pipe for customers to look at alongside their $500 chairs. You know what? I think a chair is a chair, unless you're sitting on it for a very long period of time, in which case you want to get yourself a good one. But for the most part, you need just a simple office chair. I guess it's a good place to go to, but are you really going to put this in your car? Does it even fit? So most of the time, it's just easier to order these and have it shipped to your house, which is why Amazon is destroying Staples, unfortunately. But let's see what else they got. They're just leaving their equipment on the floor as well, just like we saw at Best Buy. They have their big board games here, the big 6, 7. Fun. So I found one of the cooler items here, which is a knuckle boxing punch bag. So I think I just like do that and I see what my high score is gonna be. I like it, and it's $9.46. It was $14.99, so a little bit of a steal here. This looks to be the purchase that I'm going to make here at Staples. I want to try to find a stapler at Staples. Where's a Staples stapler? Oh, Staples. That's rare, that's cool. I'm gonna get myself a pack of Staples. This is gonna be a souvenir in like 15 years from now. All right, time to check out now for these 2 items. I don't think there's gonna be a line. So that Staples was very sad, but what's not sad is this boxing toy right here, which, I mean, this actually, it's shaping up to be sad because it was already kind of broken when I got it. It does make for easy access. There we go. And all I do is, I think, just flick it. Oh, okay, that was kind of fun. That hurt my thumb though. This has to be one of the worst products yet. Now, I don't think this is worse than the mini book, but I do think this is a massive letdown. So this is like one of the worst products so far from any of the stores. And I can see why Staples also is failing. I mean, that store was so sad to be in. Digital competition from Amazon is only going to continue as well. And stores like Staples are probably on their last leg. So if you grew up on them, you're not going to grow old with them because they're going to be gone definitely in 3 to 5 years. Next. Behind me is Petco. Petco, of course, the pet retailer in which you could buy your food, toys, anything else for any of your pets. Now, Petco, as of recently, has closed a lot of their stores. They had 1,500, now they have about 1,400, and they're closing more and more as part of an optimization plan, which just means that they're not doing too well. They've actually lost $2 billion in the last fiscal year. A lot of this pressure for them closing comes from the fact that their competitors, PetSmart, which purchased Chewy in 2017, the online e-commerce pet store, are absolutely destroying them. So they have Vetco, so I think they're providing vet services now at Petco. And in addition to that, you'll see up here, right at the storefront, grooming, adoptions, dog training, doggy daycare, and then vet care. So way more than just your classic dog treats. All right, so in Petco, they have an entire veterinary hospital. So when they said vet care, they weren't lying. And they also have a grooming station, so you have to clean up your dog, you have to get them a haircut, brush their teeth, whatever it may be. You also can take them to Petco. And they have a doggy daycare. So they call it Petco Play, which is kind of cute. So a bunch of different services here, very much the health and wellness center because not even a single product has been touched yet. All right, but here's the bread and butter though, which is their products. So dog beds. I don't know if they still have animals here. They used to sell a lot of different exotic animals. You can get like a lizard here, certain fish. I think you used to be able to even adopt dogs. Oh no, I do see adoption. So we're gonna see what kind of animals you can adopt at Petco. Looks like none. There's none right now, which is a good thing. So here's the Petco Zoo section. So this is where you're gonna have a bunch of your different reptiles, amphibians. It's kind of cool that they have these. I think it's a chameleon. The hardest thing to find on camera, a chameleon, which changes its colors and camouflages. I don't see him anywhere. They also have birds here. I hope they let these birds out to fly. It's always weird seeing a bird in a cage, but they might be chilling right now. They're just perched up, just hanging out. They're with their friends. I think there's like 10 of them in here. Then we have some of our mammals as well. So you got a ferret sleeping right now. And then you have guinea pigs. Hello there. And you even have some mice down there. Male mouse. I like mice. This guy's standing on 2 legs. How does he do that? So those are the main animals here. Not that many. Clearly they've pivoted away from kind of just selling a bunch of these exotic animals and all these products, and now it's just health and wellness. They even have this premium food and treats section, which we're about to see if there's any interesting treats that maybe I'll try. They even have Van Leeuwen's ice cream in dog flavored. So they have dog dessert, peanut butter and banana. Oh, I'm getting this. I'm 100% getting it. This is the item that I will be trying from Petco. All right, so since it's hot outside, I'm gonna have to try this Van Leeuwen ice cream right now. So again, peanut butter and banana, this is what it looks like. A little bit of cratering in there. I think that's just from like digging around to try to take it off, but that's what it looks like. You see the peanut butter and the banana. I don't have a spoon, so I'm gonna just have to scrape my teeth against it to get it. When you really get into it, I can definitely tell that it's made for dogs. It's got like a little bit of a hint of dog food to it. Nonetheless, I like it. I'm a big fan of dog food though. I eat dog food probably like once a month, so I like it. I think it's good. Probably one of my favorite products I've had so far from any of the stores. Good job, Petco. All right, guys, unfortunately it was too late. This Party City closed sometime between when I planned to do this video and right now. You'll see the barricades up, but Party City used to be a party giant where you can get your costumes, you can get your balloons, anything regarding parties. This was the fiesta spot. So now they're closed. At their peak, they had like 1,500 locations. Now they just have 20 left, I think, internationally, and all of the US franchises are completely closed. Just like many other of their peers, their demise is because their competition from Amazon, from Spirit Halloween, and even Party Fair, which we're gonna have to go to a Party Fair, I guess, to see the inside, because Party City is closed. This is a sad one. I was really excited to go inside. These were super popular at one point, but rest in peace. So while all Party Cities are closed, we do have Party Fair, which is like a regional Party City, and it's the same exact thing as inside of Party City, so we're gonna take it back to 2010 and see what a Party City is like on the inside. All right, so here's what these aisles look like. Nothing is here. I have a feeling Party Fair is also gonna have the same fate as Party City soon. But if you ever want like balloons, costumes, anything related to a party, this is your spot. Here's some of the costumes. So Spirit Halloween has ruined a lot of these party stores just because why are you holding inventory in June, right? You don't need it. You could get this easily in October, right before Halloween, by going to a Spirit. I would even go as far as saying that I'm going to be the only person who purchases a costume not in September or October. I don't think anybody has purchased a costume in probably a year. Let's look for a good one. Ooh, okay, I found it. The Pillsbury Doughboy. It looks like it fits all adults, so this is what I'll be using. They
They even have a Bitcoin costume. Complete ghost town here. I'm not sure I've seen a single person. Ooh, down there, that's where they make the balloons. Floors look destroyed as well. Place has been here a while, I think. Looks like flooding or something happened, maybe? Water damage. The thing that people come in here the most for is balloons. So if you have a celebration of such, graduations, birthdays, they do balloons on site at all party cities and party fairs. So that's probably what's keeping them in business. They probably mark up and put a premium on their balloons. But we're gonna be buying this costume. Inside this card is the secret to a long life. Keep breathing as long as possible. I'm getting it. No joke, $72 for this. That is what I paid for this. So this thing better change my life for $72.
All right, little bit of an issue. The pump on this is broken, so I can't even inflate it with the air. So now it just looks like a really sad ghost version of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Well, I could certainly see why Party City is shutting down and why Party Fair is slowly closing locations, because their costumes are terrible. I got sold a broken pump on a $70 costume, and it's not even high quality either. Very disappointed in that, and also very out of breath, so let me catch my breath and then we're gonna move on to the next spot.
Behind me we have Dollar General. Now, fun fact, the largest store in the United States by far in terms of total stores is Dollar General. They have 20,000 stores. Now, Dollar General is in a little bit of an interesting spot. They are still expanding, so to speak, but they are closing up a lot of underperforming stores. And at least here in New Jersey, a lot of these aren't really popular. So I haven't even been inside one in my entire life, so I'm excited to go in here and see what the rave is about. 20,000 stores is absolutely crazy. This is like a mega gas station, basically. It's like a played out gas station plus Walmart combination. Basically everything you want in here. You can get groceries, but then you can also get your gas station snacks, I think. That's just my very 20,000 feet above, just kind of walking in impression of things. And then pricing wise, I mean, it's called Dollar General, but I'm gonna give $4.50 for cheese curls. A little bit weird that nobody's here. It's prime time, it's like 5 o'clock. You think people are getting out of work, picking up groceries for the week because it's a Monday, but no, nobody. How are there 20,000 of these if nobody's inside? Who's paying this rent? Okay, let's see if they have Prime. Oh, they do. We got Prime here. Let's see if they have Feastables now. We'll go over to the candy section. I don't believe they'll have it here. Might be too premium of an item. Yeah, all right, so yes on Prime, no on Feastables. They even have fresh produce here. So if you want to get your apples, strawberries, blueberries, carrots, whatever it may be, even guac. They have Dollar General guac. I think I'm gonna buy this because this, by all accounts, should be disgusting. A dollar store guacamole, but I'm gonna get this. I like the way this looks. And it's only $5 for this giant tub, which I think as far as avocado pricing goes, is not bad. All right, so I got the Dollar General guacamole here. I mean, to be honest with you, it's been a couple of days, so this thing's probably disgusting now. It hasn't been refrigerated. It was just sitting behind my dog right there, so I'm just gonna open it up. I don't know if I could taste this because it's gonna be absolutely disgusting, but there you have it. It actually looks still preserved, so, which is usually a bad sign. Ooh, it smells like the dollar store, but let's give it a little bite here. I mean, it's not good, but it tastes probably the same as it did a couple of days ago when it was refrigerated. So I'm really not mad at this. I mean, it's crazy that Dollar General has so many stores. They're clearly not going anywhere, but I have seen a couple of them disappear in New Jersey, but I think across the country they're doing fine if they're quite literally the largest store in America. The next store we're gonna be going into that at its peak had 1,300 stores and now just 1,100 is Kohl's. Kohl's is a retail store that was part of the retail apocalypse alongside Macy's, Nordstrom's, JCPenney that had to shut their doors in a lot of different states because of e-commerce pressure from Amazon, which is the theme of this video, but we're gonna go inside and see whether or not it's deserved. Kohl's also recently has attached themselves to Sephora and Babies R Us, two different brands that have now contributed to meaningful sales, but even with that, they've had 11 straight quarters of declining sales, so things are not looking bright for Kohl's. So let's see why. Not a lot of people here, so I don't think there's anybody in the background of this shot, and this is like 1/3 of Kohl's. This is the entire shoe section, plus a little bit of menswear. Maybe there's like 10 workers and maybe another 15 people just in the store, so this is kind of like your own playground to just walk around in because there's not many people here. So here's the clearance rack at Kohl's. First thing I notice is a Buddy the Elf jacket, Christmas jacket that was $70 and now is just $21. Yes, so far this is the leading purchase. I don't think anybody's gonna take this, so I'm gonna leave it here, but I'll come back and get it if it ends up being the craziest item I find. A lot of stuff's on clearance. I don't know if that's a function of kind of what's going on the back end or if they just wanna, you know, sell some sales to people, but every single aisle has a sale. Wow, literally every single aisle. And if you turn left, sale, sale, sale. Turn right, sale, sale, sale. All right, the jacket's still here. This is gonna be my purchase, so let's check it out. I have to see if it's even my size. Ooh, it's like it was made for me. A little bit long on the sleeves, but nonetheless, pretty solid fit. And then here's the Sephora pop-up, or I guess it's actually like integrated into the Kohl's, but if you want makeup, then Sephora is attached to Kohl's usually. And the Sephora is a fully built out Sephora, so it's not just like a mini pop-up, it's got literally everything in there. So they're one of the rare few department stores that have self-checkout, which is actually really nice. So you don't have to wait in line too long. If you wanna buy yourself a Buddy the Elf suit, you just pop in, $14? I thought it was 21. It's even less. This entire jacket is $14. Hello. All right, and there we have it. Overall, I like that Kohl's is attaching themselves to Sephora, Babies R Us. They're trying to diversify the brand a little bit. Their brand equity is on the up and up. Do I think they should be disappearing? Yes. I don't think there's like any piece of clothing in there that I would wear or home decor, but you know what? It's for a certain type of person. If you like that stuff, you like that stuff. I like this sort of stuff, so at least I have one item for me. But let's move on. Behind me, we have JCPenney, which declared bankruptcy in 2020. At their peak, they had 1,100 stores. Now they just have 650 left. Their biggest competitions, of course, are Macy's, Nordstrom's, and all the other department stores like Bloomingdale's. They're honestly considered more of a budget department store, and I guess it's reflected in the people showing up because nobody's showing up. So I guess everybody's got a lot of money to spend at Nordstrom and stuff, but JCPenney left to the wolves. Let's go inside and see what's happening to them, why they're disappearing. I don't know if this is JCPenney specific, but there's no carpet on the ground. So there's some clearance signs right there. So JCPenney, which again claimed bankruptcy, is looking for every dollar they can scrape. So you're gonna see a lot of sales, a lot of clearance all throughout the store. They do have $12 watches, which is absurd. So they have a messy section here, 50% off. That's why Ronaldo's the GOAT. Actually, I have no opinion on soccer. I don't care a single iota about it. We were actually gonna head to Forever 21 because Forever 21 is closing a lot of their stores. If you don't know what they are, they're kind of like the H&M of the US. I believe they're based in the US, but they're like fast fashion. And they actually have a Forever 21 section in JCPenney, which you know is not a good sign if you're putting up shop here to try to sell your clothes. So JCPenney by Forever 21 might be the worst collab in history. And you know a store is disappearing because we've been walking around the men's section for about 5-10 minutes and not a single person have we seen. Sad department store. I remember when they first announced their bankruptcy, I was like, I feel bad for them. But then every time I go in, it just reminds me that they're not really meant to last. It's not a store that's built on a strong foundation. There's nothing great or inherently awesome about JCPenney, and you can see why.
All right, guys, well, that was a lot of fun investigating these stores that are disappearing. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content, make sure to click here, Otherwise, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.